parking lot and that's
How about that fade? Parents, family, teachers, staff, friends, and the board of directors, I present to you the graduating class of the School for Entrepreneurship and Technology, the class of 2022. Okay, could we have everyone please stand for the singing of the National Anthem? Carla Carlizales is a SET graduate from the class of 2020. She was supposed to sing the National Anthem at her own graduation, but was unable to when it turned into a virtual graduation. We have come full circle, and it is nice to put the final punctuation mark on COVID quarantines. Carla, thanks for joining us today. Let this be our apology to the class of 2020 for not being able to have the in-person graduation at Spreckles that we had planned. Carla.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang clear, their bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night
you, Carla. That was beautiful. Welcome to our first normal graduation since the start of COVID. It's great to be back at the Spreckles Organ Pavilion, to not have a restriction on the number of attendees, to not worry about parking fees, and to actually all be here in person. It's crazy that things that we used to take for granted are now a cause for celebration. I would now like to invite Mr. McClendon to the podium to deliver the invocation. Graduates, let's give a hand to our assistant principal, Mr. McClendon.
How's everybody doing? I do this every year. How's everybody doing? All right. Class of 2022. Let's see, got that on my mind now. Friends, family, and staff of SET. Good afternoon or good early evening. What a fabulous day. What about this weather, people? What a year we had. Did I say what a year? What a year. And oh, what a journey the class of 2022 has been on. A year ago at this point, I spoke to the graduates about surviving. Indeed, a year ago, we all survived. We struggled and fought our way to the finish. But now, class of 2022, you may not know this, or sometimes feel this, or think this, but sometime this year, you moved past surviving and started flourishing and thriving. As the year began, COVID continued to throw punches at you. You ducked, you weaved, and most importantly, you fought. You had to confront numerous things bent on derailing you from getting to this point. But you didn't let those attempts deter you. Oh, don't get it twisted. It was a difficult year, but when we look at what was thrown at you and how you made your way through it, I know that many of you wanted to just give up. Heck, many of the staff members wanted to give up. But you did not. Look around you, class of 2022. You're all still here. And most importantly, and without question, better than you were when you began this journey. As you look back upon your high school years, don't forget all the obstacles you moved past. Don't forget the times of self-doubt. Don't forget those times attempted to prevent you from attaining your goals. Why am I asking you not to forget these things and times? It's because getting through those times has given you the strength to know that you can handle any future difficult times. Knowing what you have to endure, the success that you had, because you've endured, will give you the confidence to take on future challenges. Class of 2022, you've got this. Getting to this point of thriving required resilience and grit. Know that there is nothing you can accomplish without that resilience and grit. Class of 22, you can and will succeed. Again, class of 22, you've got this. The high school chapter of your life is coming to a close, but you have many more life chapters to come. Your hopes and dreams are waiting to be realized. This is indeed a time for celebration. In this moment, in this time, I want you, the class of 2022, to remember that you have all shown that you have the ability to endure, that you have the strength to push through obstacles. And most of all, remember that you didn't get here without help. Nobody does. Be thankful for all the people here who are here for you today. Be thankful for the ones who may not be physically here with you today, but helped you along your journey. Find strength in their using the powers of love, sometimes tough love, caring and understanding to help propel you towards your destiny. Class of 2022, this is your moment. May you lead your life with grace, love, persistence, and determination. Congratulations, class of 2022. I love you all. Thank you.
I just realized we're going to have to do some housekeeping a little bit later and move the podium to the right there so you guys can get good photos. We'll do that in a little bit. Thank you, Ms. McClendon. Your words always inspire us. Now it's my turn. Today, we're going to celebrate the miracle that this collection of students are all here today, being recognized not just for reaching the first major milestone in their educational career, but also for simply surviving and enduring life. despite a whole lot of crap being thrown their way. To help get us all on the same page and to give us a shared image of what I'll be suggesting life is like, I'm going to take a huge risk and encourage you to take out your phones to watch a quick video. You'll see a QR code at the back of your programs. Go ahead and follow the QR code to a YouTube video. Please turn down your volume first though, because I'm going to continue talking while you watch. You'll see a 30-second clip of one of the annual cheese rolling races that take place in Gloucester, England. There are better videos of it, but this is the shortest one that I could find that still gives you a sense of what the competition looks like. Promise me that you'll only look at this one 30-second video and won't get lured into YouTube's up next timestamp. Please put your phones away once you've watched. If you hear out-of-place laughter over the course of the next few hours, you'll know that some didn't put their phones away. Sorry about that. For those of you who don't have a phone or who don't want to watch the video, let me describe what you're missing. Hundreds of competitors start at the top of a 70-degree hill and sprint down it as fast as they can, chasing a roll of cheese. None of them are able to stay on their feet. Few of them remain uninjured. They get tripped up by the changes in the steepness, by the uneven terrain, by the divots in the hill, by their own lack of balance, by their own overconfidence, and by other competitors flying uncontrollably into the hill. The winner wins because of sheer determination, a little skill, and a lot of luck. Let me re-emphasize that point. The winner wins because of a lot of luck. This is the image that I want us to have when we think about life's obstacles and the things that these students had to overcome in order to make it down the hill. Not everyone makes it down the hill, but these students all have. Some may have needed help from friends, family, and the Set High staff on their way down, but these students in front of you have all made it. That is the miracle that we're celebrating today. One of the privileges and curses that I have as a school administrator is that I know most of what our students have endured in life. The privilege is that I'm trusted to be a part of the recovery. The curse is that I have to watch others misinterpret the actions of those who are suffering without being able to say anything because of student privacy. Instead, I have to use platitudes like, "You don't know everyone's story," or "Maybe they're having a bad day." The privilege is that I see the miracle of resilience and am a daily witness to incredible acts of courage that to others might just look like the normalcy of daily living. The curse is that I cannot tell other people's stories, and I have to hope that one day they will have the courage to share their own story so that others gain the confidence to share theirs. I spend most of my life these days talking about how our inability to communicate is responsible for the majority of our problems. I use that as the premise when trying to resolve the various conflicts that come before me in the principal's office. In fact, most of the graduation speeches that I have delivered over the years have touched on some element of the challenges of communication and the pain and suffering that occurs when we do it poorly. Today, we're going to explore the choice that most of us make to intentionally not communicate, the core of who we are. We choose to keep our private lives private. We choose to make our public lives look amazing. These are some of the biggest and most consequential lies that we tell, but there's no stigma attached to this kind of lying. We are expected to lie. We are encouraged to lie. "Hey, how's it going?" you ask. "Good. How about you?" we say automatically. Are things really going well though? Is it good that your cat ran away and hasn't been home for a week? Is it good that you just got into a fight with your loved one? Is it good that you're trying to decide whether to pay for gas or the cell phone bill since you can't afford both? Is it good that you've been suffering with depression for the last 3 years and every day is a chore to get out of bed and brush your teeth, let alone show up for school or work? But we say good because really, who wants to know the whole story? They were just being polite. And who wants to relive our own pain every minute of every day? So instead, we project happiness and contentment. We put on an act to look like we have it all together. We use our own self-confidence to trick ourselves into believing that we can handle the next obstacle, but each of us is really riddled with self-doubt and worry. Self-doubt that sometimes manifests itself into ugly ways, a snarky comment, frustration at someone else's inability to keep it together, a slow anger that boils over unexpectedly, an aggressive shove or push, or an intentional brake check on the freeway to get back at a distracted driver. We've always sanitized our lives, but we do so more now than ever because we feel compelled to keep up with our friends and acquaintances who show off only the idealized versions of their lives on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Instagram photos are rarely a look at real life. They're manufactured reality, airbrushed, filtered, fun, beautiful, and fake. They reaffirm the lie that everything is good, but in the process, they hurt everyone else who dwells on their comparatively empty, comparatively ugly lives. Let's return to the race down the hill. What we actually see is a collection of normal people at the top of the hill, apprehensively but excitedly ready to chase a cheese roll. We were at the top of the hill once, and life pulled us down, even if some of us took a careful, measured first step. The pull of gravity is as certain as the beat of time. Once the cheese begins its roll, time begins, and ready or not, we are propelled forward. We try to be in control, but the vagaries of life begin to make us stumble. Some of us twist an ankle with the first step and immediately tumble. Others of us take confident first steps, but are then tripped up by uneven terrain. We roll forward and regain our footing, only to fall again. Some make it halfway down, brimming with confidence, only to then lose footing. Some never appear to have any footing and just roll the whole way down, flopping like ragdolls. That initial twist, ankle twist, might have been an absent parent who left us to start another family. That uneven terrain may have been a move to a new city away from our friends and extended family. The second fall may have been the loss of a loved one, the next one the loss of a friend. Those flopping down the whole hill may have been born addicted to drugs and have been struggling to gain their footing ever since. We have students who suffer from severe depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, and other mental health conditions. We have students who have lost one or more parents. We have students who have lost siblings, friends to gun violence, friends to cancer. We have students who are food insecure, families who have lost their homes and forced to move further away or in with friends or family if lucky, into shelters if not. We have students who have survived suicide attempts, others who cut daily to feel. Students who survived abuse, students who hide their true identity or sexuality from those they love for fear of losing that love. These are the kinds of things that we all wish we could shield our kids from. We hope and pray that they can get through the most formative years before really getting tripped up by life. But life is not always fair, and time is not always patient. But it doesn't have to be major events like these that trip us up and add to our insecurities. It could just be a scratch on our leg as we hurtle over a bush, a tweak in our knee when we take that first step. Not something that actually trips us up, but something that impacts our peak performance and might lead to a later stumble. Maybe it's uncontrollable acne that makes us less than perfect. Maybe it's a nose that's a little bigger than we think is ideal. Maybe we have too much body hair or not enough. Maybe we have a lazy eye or a stutter. Maybe we're too heavy, too muscular, or too skinny. Maybe we get overly anxious whenever we speak. Maybe we sweat too much. Maybe we've been told that we have bad breath. Each of these little things impact us and affect our interactions with others. Maybe the COVID mask isn't being worn because of worries about COVID, is instead a shield to cover what you think is a weak chin or crooked teeth. Maybe the resistance to smile isn't because you're sad, but because you think that your cheeks are too fat. Maybe you avoid laughter because the snorting that comes with it is too embarrassing. I was one of the lucky ones in life who made it most of the way down the hill with only a few bumps and bruises. I was able to get a full head of steam and stay on my feet until near the end, when I got fully laid out by my father's Alzheimer's diagnosis, resulting dementia and prolonged death throughout my 20s, and my brother's cancer diagnosis and near immediate death in my 40s. No one makes it down the hill still standing. Don't get me wrong, I had plenty of pain and heartache as a kid. I had my suspicions about my infallible father's faltering mind. I had the breakups and friendship turmoil that affected us all. But in comparison to most, my childhood was easy. My progress down the hill gave me further confidence in my balance and speed. That confidence let me bounce right back up after a bad grade on the test or a fight with a friend. The tumbles were almost as fun as they looked in the video. If we were Instagramming our journey down the hill, we would take a selfie right as we were taking that first step, when our hair was still brushed, our clothes were unstained, and our knees were unbloodied. We would try to capture the speed of the descent with a photo of windswept hair. We would avoid the photos of the tumbles. We would be sure to capture us back on our feet so that we could prove to everyone how resilient we were. We certainly would not be posting any photos of us unconscious at the top of the hill, and we would never want anyone to see us being carried down on a stretcher. The media would focus on the lucky one who got the cheese roll and would talk incessantly about the winners' athletic prowess, their strength, and courage. No one would say anything about the luck that contributed to the win. They stumbled, the commentators would point out, but they got back up. If only all of us had the resilience to get back up, if only all of us were so lucky to not get tackled by a wayward competitor, to not step in a leg-breaking hole, to not have been knocked unconscious when we banged our heads on that rock. Yeah, there was some good resilience that should be celebrated, but let's not forget about the luck that allowed that resilience to be nurtured at exactly the right pace. The winner certainly didn't suffer an ankle break at the top of the hill. We do the sanitized Instagramming of our lives because we don't want anyone to see our pain. We also don't want to constantly relive our pain, so we avoid talking about it. It would be so helpful to others if we did talk about it, though. If others knew of our frailties and could occasionally have a window into our suffering, maybe they would be a little less affected by their own. Imagine what a blessing it would be for those who are just starting to question their own mental health if they could have seen you, your full journey, the pain, the despair, but also the glimpses of hope that propel you forward. Imagine how it would feel to see someone with a similar learning disability adapt, succeed, and thrive despite and sometimes even because of the disability. Also imagine how many altercations could be avoided if people knew what was actually going on with the random strangers they met. One of the most trying times during our family's journey with my father's dementia was in those early years when it was not obvious that he was suffering. He would be erratic when driving, and he would say odd things to strangers in the store. His truth was not known, and the result was embarrassment, anger, and the occasional middle finger. Later, when it was obvious that something was amiss, the anger from strangers was replaced with understanding nods, and even the occasional embrace. Those who had their own experience with dementia understood my mother's heroism. They respected the commitment of a loving son who was losing his father. Before the dementia was visible, our suffering was private, and my occasional quick temper was seen only as a failure of my character. Even in the ideal world, though, our stories cannot always be worn on our sleeves. My brother's cancer diagnosis came 30 minutes before one of our Set High exhibitions. Students were scrambling to get projects displayed, and parents were eager to talk to me. I kept the news to myself and did not even let any of the staff know until after the exhibition. Stiff upper lip. The show must go on. How many people did I hurt by not sharing my pain, who one day would have a loss of their own and might be emboldened by the memory of how I handled my suffering? But how could the evening have progressed in any other way? My anguish could not derail the joy and excitement of all those families. The celebrations of student achievement needed to be the main story of the night. My angst was just an unfortunate side story. And that's ultimately why we shield the world from our true selves. We do not have a mechanism for sharing in an unobtrusive way. We sometimes use symbols, the black dress of a widow, for example, but it's usually the small things that lead to conflicts. The loss of a pet leads to an accidental bump in the hallway because you're distracted and not paying attention. The ensuing exchange suddenly turns to level 10, accelerated by the distress of losing the pet. No one knows, no one cares, but you also never told anyone. But no one bothered to ask either. We shield ourselves from others, and they get angry when no one knows what we're going through. I'm not sure that there's a general solution to this problem other than to trust that others have complicated lives and to give others the benefit of the doubt when things go amiss. Did the driver in the truck that knocked my mother's mirror back when he flew past her in apparent rage do it because he was a jerk? Or did he do it because he was rushing his pregnant wife to the hospital? That's a little naive, of course. I'll give you that it probably was a jerk. But why was he a jerk? Maybe he was late to work, and he has an even bigger jerk of a boss who makes his life a living hell every day, but he stays in the job because he has to help his ex-wife with child support. We're amazingly good at coming up with imaginative reasons for why people dislike us, how they are plotting against us, and who they are talking to behind our backs. Imagine if instead we used that creativity to construct backstories for the bitter old man, the teenager using racist language, or the rude woman who yelled at you for playing soccer in the park. The backstories may not be real, but they are no less real than the assumption that everyone has the perfect, charmed life that you're pretending to lead. We don't know people's stories, and we owe it to the sanity of the world if instead of thinking of the evil of our fellow citizens, we come to realize that almost everyone is inherently good and strives to do the right thing. That's what teaching has taught me. I've seen what families go through and what sacrifices they make for their children. I've seen how children respond to love. I've seen how families respond to kindness. We all want our stories to be known, but we desperately keep them hidden. Class of 2022, let's make a commitment together tonight to be a little more known and to spend the time to know each other. As close as you all are to one another, and as well as you think you know each other, trust me, there's a lot that you do not know. Help each other share your stories, and from this day forward, help everyone you meet share theirs as well. When our struggles are visible, when our pain is laid bare for all to see, the humanity of those around us emerges. What you aren't seeing in the cheese roll video is the fellow competitors helping each other down the hill in a shared embrace with the knowledge that what they just endured was tough, maybe a little stupid, but also kind of fun. We're a little beat up, but we can make it down together. Most importantly, class of 2022, give people the benefit of the doubt, accept their inadequacies and frailties, and help guide them to be better people. A little kindness goes a long way. Families in the audience, please give each other the benefit of the doubt, especially those of you who are in opposing political parties. I heard from both of you constantly throughout the year as we tried to navigate the treacherous waters of masking and vaccination during COVID. You don't know each other's stories. You don't understand why others believe a certain way. I promise you, though, that you're all good people, doing what you think is best to keep your children safe. You have to be good people, because these precious graduates are a product of your love, sacrifice, and constant attention. Tell your stories if you dare. We all need to hear them. Class of 2022, if I were being honest with my introductions, this would be my full intro today. Hi, my name's Neil McCurdy. I lost a cat last week, and it was my fault. Mochi was my sleeping buddy, the only cat in 50 years of me trying who would actually spoon with me. I should have clicked the buy now button on the $300 electric fence that would have kept him close to our house, but I balked because of the price. I lost my little buddy because of greed. We lost his sister over spring break because I was sure she was in when we went on vacation. It was my fault because I wanted to get on the road without looking for her. I'm a cat killer. Sorry if I'm a little sad or maybe a little snappy. There's more to my story, of course, that I'm not brave enough to share with you here today. But I do want to thank you for cheering me up each morning with your laughter these last couple of weeks. Thank you especially for giving me a reason to get out of bed throughout this COVID nightmare. I'm going to miss you guys. That's my secret story. What's yours? Congratulations, class of 2022. Let's actually do a little housekeeping. Let's do a little housekeeping.
They need power.
Right here, right here, right here. We're now going to honor those graduates who have demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to community service. All graduates in the state of California are required to complete 15 hours of community service. Our graduates complete many more. Today, we will recognize those students who have demonstrated a commitment to service. Each of them has completed more than 150 hours of community service during their high school years. We also give recognition to those students who have done over 300 hours of community service by giving them 2 red cords. It's been difficult to do in-person community service over the last couple of years, so these students deserve an extra accommodation this year. The red Cord recipients are Monique Belshaw, Ariane Castillo, Dora Kemp, Genevieve Heiler gets 2 cords. Kia Lindsay gets 2 cords. Brendan Marr. Will McGinnis gets 2 cords. Carter Narovsky gets 2 cords. I'm going too fast. Bukasha Nwabi gets 2 cords. Josh Salazar. Bianca Sarte gets 2 cords. Giovanna Suzanne Ruiz. Samantha Taitano. Eric Underwood. Arwen Walton. And Ryan Villanueva. Stay here for photos, guys, just because everyone wants a photo. Good. Thank you. We have 3 additional red cords I would like to give out today. These are honorary red cords for those in our community who have easily reached 150 hours of community service through their support of our school. Nikki McGinnis, Tina Kohlmeyer, and Jessica Bush. Can you come to the stage?
Let's go, Tina!
Nikki McGinnis is being honored. So Nikki McGinnis is being honored for her tireless hours serving on both the board and the board nominations advisory panel, playing a huge role in SET's success and getting us to where we are today. Tina Kohlmeyer is being honored for her unwavering support of the boys basketball team and hosting a banquet in their honor and her support of our coaches and athletics in general. And the lovely Mrs. Ramirez, formerly Mrs. Bush, or Ms. Bush, a day ago, for her 5 years of hard work and selfless support of SET students, providing stellar service to our special education department. She should get a double red cord for her future service to the twins she is now carrying. We miss you, Ms. Bush. And also congratulations on your recent marriage and the new phase of your life that you're now incubating. Gold cords are given to students who have maintained outstanding GPAs throughout their high school years. The gold cord is given to each student who has a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher. The gold cord recipients are Jacelyn Adams, Monique Belshaw, Ariane Castillo, Adora Kemp, Ethan Hotelling.
Let's go, Ethan! Let's go,
Genevieve Heiler. Masla Jama. Liza Carnop. Joshua Lombana. Brendan Marr. Rukasha Nawabi. Cambria Peverly. Ella Rossetti. Bianca Sarte. And Arwen Walton. Thank you, everyone. Now it's time for our valedictorian and salutatorian. These students have the highest GPA of all of our graduating seniors. First, we have our salutatorian, who has the second highest GPA, Adora Campbell.
Can I be heard? Okay, we're good. A little louder. Are we better now? Okay. So, I'm Adora. Don't know. I would first of all like to thank you all for coming to celebrate the graduating class of 2022. And I would also like to start with saying thank you to the teachers and staff for their hard work and support, as you have taken the time to give us good education, provide a suitable learning environment, and guide us through high school. Fellow students, today is a momentous occasion that signifies an end and a new beginning. We are finally graduating high school. We have just completed 12 years required education, and it's finally time to move on. I have enjoyed our time here as we have created many memories together. We formed friendships and got to know each other as a community. There may have been rough patches in our relationship, and we might not all get along, but as a senior class of Set High, we at least have respect for each other. We have all grown and changed through our high school experience, and I hope we do not stop here. We will continue to learn and grow throughout our lives as we undergo this transition. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and I hope you treasure the memories we made. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce our valedictorian, the graduate who earned the highest GPA during her time at SET, Arwen Walton.
wanted to start by thanking the staff and teachers at SET for their hard work in making the school a supportive and magical place to learn. Dr. McCurdy, thank you for your leadership and hard work in making SET a successful charter school that it is today. Mr. McClendon, for your joyful demeanor in helping us students relieve the stress of our studies. For helping us navigate our high school classes and college courses. And to the rest of the teachers at SET, thank you for your support and guidance in helping us succeed in high school. Because of you, we made SET a home away from home for all of us, and a wonderful place to learn with its unique classes and curriculum. And when the pandemic first started, you really shined through with the online classes, making it a smooth transition from in-person classes to online. This again shows the preparedness and effectiveness of the teachers here at SET. And I'd like to give a special thank you to Ms. J. Ever since the first class I took with you, I've enjoyed your kindness and your honesty and your knowledge of the subjects you do. As I leave high school, I'll carry with me the memories I have of you. I would like to give an example of how special SET is to me. At the start of my sophomore year, I transferred to Mira Mesa High School because it was closer to my home. I soon realized that unlike SET, the typical high school experience was impersonal. And it was difficult to build close relationships with your peers and teachers. Within a week, I was convinced that I wanted to come back home. I'll never forget the night when my mother sent an email to Dr. McCurdy asking if I could transfer back. In less than 3 hours, and I remember the exact time because I was waiting in anticipation for his answer, he responded by saying I was welcome to come back to the school. Not only am I grateful that SET took me back, the process of coming back was also easy, thanks to Miss. I feel like it was a very kind act of SET to help me correct my mistake. The old adage is true. The grass is not always greener on the other side. And with SET, this is the case. I don't know why I ever thought to leave. One of my fondest memories at SET, and it's easy to visualize because it's a clear day like it is today, my class was at Mission Bay launching rockets in space science with Mr. Walsall. Mr. Walsall is one of our science teachers. I'd like to say that all the rockets went straight up into the sky and behaved as they should, but many did not. The trajectories went sideways, others barely took off, some didn't even launch. And a few almost hit Mr. Walsall. But the point of the exercise was not that the rockets launched, but the team building and learning process involved in building our rockets. What I took from Mr. Walsall's class is an inspiration that maybe one day I too can be part of a team that launches rockets into space to explore the unknown. The goal I have that SET has helped foster. To conclude, I want to thank my senior class for making our time at SET truly memorable. I know that not all of us get along. There's been arguments, eye-rolling, and gossiping. That's how many families behave. We made it through in spite of our differences. Even though our time together has been brief, I'll remember all the special memories that we've made for the rest of my life. Our time together has flown by so fast, and I wish the moments we shared together can go on. But like all things, it must come to an end. As our time in high school comes to a close, like a great chapter in a book, I wish all of you much happiness and great prosperity in life. And though we'll all face struggles in our path, I sincerely hope your struggles are few and easily overcome. I know that whatever dreams and aspirations you hold close to your hearts, you have the strength of will and determination in bearing it to fruition. I want to thank you personally for making my time here at SET memorable, and for the memories I will always cherish. And lastly, I want to thank my family for their support in getting me to the point I am today. Congratulations to the class of 2022.
All right, should we graduate some students? I didn't print out the order, but I do know that Ms. Lennon is first. Hopefully the teachers know who to introduce. You good there? Awesome. All right, the lovely Ms. Lennon.
Can you all hear me okay? Great. I'd like to invite, in this order, Jason Adams, Adora Chim, Bianca Sarde, Jan Sobchak, Eliza Karnock, Ella Rossetti, Carter Norofsky, and Genevieve Heiler. We'll start with Jason. This student joined my debunking Disney class as a 10th grader, and I immediately knew she would be a force to be reckoned with. Her way with the written word and ability to command a room when she spoke mirrored that of a person wise beyond their years. As time went on, she continued to rise to leadership roles by starting a journalism class and even developing a successful tutoring program at SET. As an English teacher, it's so lovely when one of my students goes on to major in English in college. I'm beyond proud of all she has accomplished at SET, and I can't wait to read what she has to share with the world once she graduates. So Jason, I'll leave you with this quote by Benjamin Franklin. Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. I have a feeling you will do both. Congratulations to Jason Adams.
You guys are welcome to come to the center to take photos if you want, so don't worry about getting people's way.
This next young woman, may she seem shy at first, but her quiet determination and well-timed humor prove otherwise. I've had the honor of teaching her for 4 years, and she has exceeded my expectation each year. As a student, she always worked diligently to meet deadlines, but never in a way that sacrificed the integrity of her work. On campus, you would often find her working tirelessly to perfect assignments before turning them in. She is dedicated, kind, and intelligent, but most importantly, she is a person who can always be counted on to do the right thing with grace and honesty. Adora, I want to leave you with this quote by William Faulkner. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. I know you have that courage. I'm thrilled to graduate you today. Bianca Sarde is a powerful young woman who has truly made her mark on our campus. Throughout her time at SET, she has involved herself in sports, clubs, and after-school activities, all while maintaining high grades. On top of this, she has positioned herself as a leader amongst her friends and peers. I'm so proud to have taught her in English for all 4 years of her high school career, and I can honestly say she has impressed me with her hardworking attitude, time management, and meticulous attention to schoolwork. Though she arrived on this campus somewhat unsure of herself, I have witnessed a shift in her this past year. She is now a young woman who exudes self-confidence and self-reliance. So Bianca, I'll leave you with this quote by the great Ralph Waldo Emerson. "Trust thyself, every heart vibrates to that iron string." It is a privilege to graduate you today. Congratulations. This next young man joined us this year all the way from Poland. Because of the language barrier, I worried he might have a hard time finding friends and feeling comfortable at school. Well, he proved my worries wrong when he fit right in and quickly made a name for himself as the kid who gives everyone fist bumps. Then he took it a step further by earning the title of prom king this year. Let me tell you, it takes a special kind and genuine person to join an American school during senior year and be crowned prom king. As a student, Jan is someone who always asks questions. He is not embarrassed by asking for help, but I think this is because he is genuinely willing to help others regardless of what is needed. He has been such a bright light on our campus, and I know everyone is sad that he will not be returning next year. Jan, I found this question by Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and I thought of you. What wisdom can you find that is greater than kindness? Congratulations on your graduation day. I'm so proud to have taught you. What can I say about Eliza Carnot? She is brilliant, feisty, dedicated, witty, and shockingly funny. The comments she made in class are probably at the top of my list in terms of my favorite things said by a student. For example, she once told me she was seriously considering staging a coup against some people she did not feel were pulling their weight in class. And I'm pretty sure she was not joking. I've been privileged to teach most of this graduating class for 3 to 4 years, but I'm sad to say that I lost out on watching Eliza's growth as a high school student. Instead, she joined my senior class already prepared for college, already ready to soar, and on her way to writing the next best-selling fantasy novel. I've loved having her in 2 classes this year because she added a level of humor to my classes that I absolutely could not. Eliza, here's a quote by the great Toni Morrison. "If there is a book that you want to read, but it hasn't been written yet, you must write it." I know you're already writing your novel, and I can't wait to read it. Join me in congratulating Eliza today. This next young woman will be missed sorely. She is a true artist, a true leader, and a true SET student. Ella perfectly embodies a SET student in that she has overcome so much since joining our school as a lowerclassman. I remember her coming into my class and seeming so unsure of herself and her writing ability. As time went on, she learned to trust herself and dedicate her time to her art and passions. This allowed her to thrive and open herself up to all she could be. It's been a joy to watch her blossom into a young woman who can command a room with her words, art, and presence. Ella was always brilliant, but it took her some time to see that for herself. I know she sees it now. She is the perfect example to so many of our current students who are now in the same position she was once in. Ella. Vincent van Gogh once said, "If you hear a voice within you say, 'You cannot paint,' then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. Always keep that in mind. Congratulations on this special day. This young man has absolutely left his mark on my teaching. I'd say he is a philosopher in the making, but he really already is one. The way he engages with complicated topics and controversial opinions shows a level of maturity and understanding well beyond his years. In fact, I'm convinced he could teach a successful college class on philosophy and politics tomorrow. When he speaks, he commands respect, not just with his words, but with his careful and calm demeanor. These are qualities of a leader, but what makes Carter a great leader is how often he seeks out ideas that challenge his own in order to understand himself and the world around him better. As a student and human, he has impressed me to the point of speechlessness. Teaching him and learning from him has been an honor that I will never forget. Carter, please remember this quote by Alexander Dumas. Learning does not make one learned. There are those who have knowledge and those who have understanding. The first requires memory, the second philosophy. Carter Narofsky, you have understanding. It is with great privilege that I graduate you today. Genevieve has spent more time in my class since freshman year than any other student. If you've met Genevieve, you understand that seeing her on your roster is the ultimate win. She is quiet, collected, calm, sarcastic, and bitingly sassy. But above all else, Genevieve operates with a high level of integrity. Once, I noticed she had not yet completed an essay for honors. When I asked her if everything was okay and if she needed an extension, she replied by saying, no, because it was her fault for not managing her time wisely. I remember being so in awe of her honesty and willingness to take responsibility, even though there might have been negative consequences. Where most students might have used this moment for their own gain, she chose not to. Genevieve is the real deal. She strives for greatness in her academics, but also in her principles and morals. I will miss her amazing essay titles, her sarcastic comebacks, and her grace. She has set the bar high for my future students, that's for sure. I'm sad that I won't have her in one of my classes next year, but I'm thrilled for the future she has set up for herself. But Genevieve, I'm going to leave you with this quote by Maya Angelou. All of us knows not what is expedient, not what is going to make us popular, not what the policy is, or the company policy. But in truth, each of us knows what is the right thing to do, and that's how I am guided. Congratulations on your big day. I'm so proud of you. I'd like to invite Mr. Montello to the stage.
All right. You guys hear me? I'd like to call to stage Madison Sager and Ryan Villanova.
has dealt with a lot of adversity in her life so far. Keeping her head up and seeking her passion set high has been a privilege to see. I've had Maddie for 2 classes, and I can see it already. Maddie has plans to travel the world and earn a degree in wildlife research. And while you study and travel the world, remember this quote: time is for busy people, not passion. Good luck. Next up, Brian Villanova. Brian wants to make a positive impact in the world and do meaningful things. He sometimes asks me if he really needs to know what I'm teaching. And of course, every lesson learned at Set High will have an application in Ryan's life down the line. Juggling school and work, I know Ryan takes his professional growth in education seriously. I know Ryan will do amazing things, and I wish Ryan all the best, and I hope to see him again soon. Congratulations. I'd like to call Mr. Panovic to the stage.
Thank you, and I would like to invite Nathan Roselli, Joshua Lambana, Sophia Lutz, Eric Underwood, and Arwen. There's a student who's not here with us today, but I wanted to make sure that we talk about him. Jonathan Stidger. He's not here, but he is graduating today and deserves to be applauded and celebrated for his hard work and effort that have led to this day. Jonathan is a passionate writer. He works quietly, in silence, only to bedazzle you with the finest work. Jonathan sees himself working for Vice News or an organization of that sort, righting the world's wrongs through photojournalism. I am confident that I will read many of his pieces in the future. Despite all obstacles, Jonathan, you did it. I hope you're watching this now. Thank you for giving me the honor of teaching you all these years. Congratulations. Nathan. When you first meet Nathan, you see a gentle, quiet, sweet young man. But when you get to know him, you realize what a strong and independent person he is. Nathan does not compromise, but in a good way. He sets very high standards and does not change or lower bars for anything or anyone. No compromise, nothing average or less than. He tends to complain about things that are not up to par for him, which is good. Nathan loves plants and has an impressive collection. He loves taking care of his plants, nurturing them just as he does with his relationships. His friends always know they can turn to him for help no matter the circumstances. He would drop everything for those he cares about. And I think even the crazy click. It's been so fascinating to watch you grow, Nathan, and I can't wait to see you working in your field of mortuary science. That's another very unique quality you possess. You're so determined. I would trust you to prepare me for my final journey. And I don't go anywhere without a mascara, don't forget that. It's been an honor to be your teacher for these 4 years and to graduate you today. Congratulations, Nathan. Joshua Lambano. Okay, this is a very special young man here. Not many of us have lived and still live in 2 worlds. To have lived on 2 different continents, to dream in 2 languages, to be part of 2 cultures, to embrace 2 societies. Joshua's transition from one world to another seems so effortless and harmonious. Then those who know him might think living on one continent then on another is the easiest thing ever. But it's not. It requires strong personality, hard character, thick skin, tenacity, and grit. Everything that Joshua has and represents. I watched Joshua grow from a boy and become an extraordinary young man. He's all about fairness and integrity. I am not exaggerating when I say that he's one of the most genuine, kind, and respectful young men I have ever known, and I'm so proud to have been your teacher. On top of this, Joshua is also very determined. He has been playing soccer professionally for years, here and in Colombia, his other home country. He has dedicated countless days and years to this sport and will be playing for a varsity team at Palomar College. We can expect only the greatest from this incredible young man, and I just hope he doesn't forget us little people when he's super famous. And he actually just whispered something to me, and I'm so super excited for him. His entire family just flew from Colombia to witness this amazing moment. And it was a surprise. Joshua, it's been an honor to teach you and watch you grow. And thank you for giving me this great honor of graduating you today. Congratulations. Sophie. Have you ever hugged someone and at that moment knew you will forever be bound by that hug? I have. Sophia has that power. I've known Sophia for a long time, had her in my classes. Although I always admired her rebellious but kind personality, she never gave me a time of day, other than a smirk that was to show how bored she is. Until we met on the volleyball court. It's in the sweat and fight that you get a peek into a person's soul. And wow, what I've discovered. No one is more rebellious than Sophie. No one is more stubborn. No one can get up stronger after a hard push by life. No one fights like her. But no one loves as hard. Sophie will pull you out of a ditch at risk of falling in herself. She will take you to the moon if you need to. In short, she would do anything for those she cares about. One moment in the hoops of Apollo, Sophie's horse, and you would experience love and passion that knows no bounds. Despite so many obstacles, Sophie is standing here today, tall and proud, rebellious as ever, and with so many plans ahead. Sophie, I can't wait to see you reach greatness and enjoy the greatest miracles life has to offer. I am so proud of you. Thank you for this incredible honor and every hug. Congratulations. Eric Underwood. I think it's a banner, Mr. Pipstone. Okay, here's your biggest fan. On the window of my kitchen, it says, "Go Eric. Eric is the best. Eric is on fire." While we can guess who wrote that, I heard the same sentiment from so many students at SET. We all make those comments during our volleyball games. Eric is on fire. There's no better way to describe Eric when he does what he loves and wants to do. He never played volleyball before, and he made the all-league team. He was the team captain in basketball. But Eric is not only a great player, he's also a team player, a leader who inspires and demands all to participate by modeling the best. But then there's Eric I remember from my everyday class. Comical, goofy. He used to crash my Zoom classes just to amuse us and to say hi. Kids avoided it. He used to come to my Zoom class. That brightened our day every single time. Now he crashes my dinners, especially when we have ribs. And that is an internal joke, and I had to do it. So Eric is on fire, and he will do great things. Working with his church, going on a mission for a couple of years, has college plans and big ideas, and I have no doubt he will brighten many other classes and workplaces as he did at SET. Thank you for giving me the honor of graduating you and being your teacher. Congratulations, and don't burn anything. Arwen. I'm going to start with a quote. The giant capri, a being that smokes cigars while sitting on the branches of a tree, coming out only at certain times when the moon was out and the stars clear, disappearing back into the tree like smoke when the sun made its daily appearance. I would ask my grandmother how a giant could sit on a branch. He's too heavy and will fall. She would just laugh. Magic, my dear, magic, end quote. This is my favorite part of the story, a favorite story. Not only because it's because of magic, and who doesn't love magic, but also because this story in the book was written by Arwen. I once told her that she's a giant, quite tiny giant. Arwen is modest. She will never tell you that she wrote a book, or that she's a valedictorian, or that she can build a rocket. She just does it, quietly. Arwen is our next Elsie McGill, but she will not talk about it. Elsie was the first woman aerospace engineer, and Arwen, you will be the greatest. When faced with adversity, she shines. She took maximum allowed number of college classes during the pandemic. Who else could do that? I remember in my ninth grade class, even then I knew I had greatness before me. It is really hard to see you go, but I cannot wait to see you do great things. It's been a greatest honor to be your teacher, and even greater to graduate you today. Congratulations, and go move my mountains, little giant. After all, it's all about magic. like to invite Mr. Gandara.
I would like to call Daniel Hopping and Miguel Ortega to the stage. Daniel, the world is a library. While many people have a tendency to wander through it without picking up the books that it offers, you refuse to let these books collect dust. The initiative that you take in searching for deeper insight into what was and what is will take you to many places that we can only dream of venturing. Understand that this thirst for knowledge will forever go unquenched, yet it is this pursuit of understanding that will remain as the driving force pushing you forward. Congratulations, Daniel. Miguel, you are an extremely intelligent and creative young man. Yet the cornerstone of your character, in my opinion, is integrity. The level of integrity that you possess has a profoundly positive effect on the people around you. And this will leave an everlasting impact on the said community. Therefore, as you continue along in the pursuit of your goals, draw upon the rectitude of your disposition, which will never let you down. Congratulations, Miguel. I would like to call Ms. Hines to the stage.
It is my pleasure to graduate Trinity, Anwar, Jameer, Joshua Ismail Salazar Gama, Mark, Masla, and Claudia. Trinity, you may not have the loudest voice in the room, but wherever you go, you always have a powerful impact on the well-being of others. Trinity, when I think of you, I think of your ability to care and show empathy to others. And that is very much needed in the world that we live in today. There are a lot of people struggling with life and its tragedies. And unfortunately, care and empathy is very rare. And you, Trinity, embody empathy, and I want you to continue to remember how to make people feel. Anwar, when I reflect on your journey at SET, I immediately think of two character traits, tenacity and grit. Anwar, you have overcome more things than most. You have tried to navigate high school, despite the obstacles that may be in front of you. You have a desire to succeed, and that is easily seen by the fact that you are here today. Many people would have given up a long time ago, but not you. You had a goal and continue to show up. You are respectful and polite. This world is going to continue to challenge you. So keep your head up, make mistakes, keep trying, and be open to the uncertainty that your future holds. Jameer, you embody this quote by Kobe Bryant. Have a good time. Life is too short to get bogged down and be discouraged. You have to keep moving. You have to keep going. Put one foot in front of the other, smile, and just keep on rolling. Jameer, you are absolutely unique. And sometimes you be killing us with some of the things that you say. But that's what makes you special. You know how to make people laugh. There is an increase in so much pain and struggles. You need humor in life, and you are able to do that. Keep that spirit as you move forward in life. Mark! When I think about the conversations we've had, it is evident that you have so much to offer the world. Whether it is your aptitude for music production or your passion for self and societal improvement. Self-doubts may try to convince you otherwise, but I truly believe that you have the potential to not only succeed as an individual, but also positively transform the world around you. I encourage you to always show your authentic self to the world. Be brave, strong, and confident, and people will be naturally attracted to you. Follow your passions, and you will find your purpose. Josh, during your ROK, you shared a poem that is also dear to my heart, and I want you to know that you are the rose that grew from concrete. A rose is something that contains beauty, not just in the appearance, but it smells good. You are that rose that broke through the concrete, those struggles, and we are able to see that beauty despite all the obstacles you have faced. And don't think because you broke through those obstacles that it's over. Life is full of obstacles. You're going to experience more struggles, but continue to be that rose that gives off that beauty and fragrance despite the world's efforts to tear you down. Which reminds me of a saying from a Muslim scholar, and I say this to you with love and sincerity. Be like the flower that gives its fragrance to even the hand that crushes it. I just recently learned that one of your favorite bands is Rage Against the Machine. The vocalist once said, it has to start somewhere. It has to start sometime. What better place than here? What better time than now? I say the same thing to you. You have so much to offer the world. As a Somalian American Muslim, your experiences and perspectives have left you with a remarkable sense of maturity, intelligence, and global consciousness. You have experienced more than some adults. With experience comes wisdom, and you have so much insight and wisdom to offer. And I just want to encourage you to express that wisdom, especially if you are going into music. What better way to express those experiences and wisdom than through music? We will miss you, little brother. I know that navigating high school and certain spaces has been tough for you, but you have the potential to change the world. You come from Barrio Logan, from people who are hardworking, a people who sacrifice, a proud people, people who love their people and have made a lot of sacrifices so that the next generation does not have to go through what they went through. And you are a product of that sacrifice. And just like they sacrificed, so things can be easy for you, you too have the potential, and not just the potential, but the duty to sacrifice, so that you can make it easier for the generation that comes after you. We need more people that look like you at the table to continue to break down those structures of inequality. Don't let anyone stop you from striving and reaching your goals. Now I would like to welcome Mrs. Romero.
I'd like to welcome Brendan Marr to the stage, please. Brendan, when you started at SET, you struck me as an old soul, wise beyond your years, a kind, sweet, sensitive human. During your first 2 years at SET, most of our conversations were about how to get through high school in one piece. And we talked about this very day, graduation and beyond. You made it through, Brendan. Now on to new challenges, different challenges. Brendan, it has been an absolute pleasure to watch you grow into the confident version of Brendan that I met 4 years ago. Still wise, still sweet, still kind. Brendan, my hope for you is that you embrace the struggle, learn to see the bumps and potholes as part of the journey, and most of all, slow down and be present, because where life happens. Brendan will be attending Miramar Community College and plans on pursuing a career in the field of mental health. It is my hope, and it would be an honor to call you a colleague one day.
Yeah, Brendan!
I'd like to welcome to the stage Miss Burge.
Hi everyone, I hope we're still hanging in there. Well, we're very lucky because right now I'd like to call Reese Ball, Monique Belshaw, Giovanna Suzanne Reese, and Delaney McKee up to the stage. Have you ever had one of those days where you're feeling tired, you're stressed, maybe you're outright cranky? Well, if I were a doctor, I would prescribe you just a few minutes in the presence of Reese Ball. Reese is effortlessly chipper, friendly, and kind to everyone around him. He is unapologetically himself in the best way. Reese, I'm so glad you transferred to SET in your sophomore year because you bring vigor and spirit to our community like no one else. Reese, you are a breath of fresh air, and as you venture into the real world, you must promise not to change that. As I always remind you during first period, no excuses. Congratulations, Reese. Monique is one of the classiest, wisest, and most mature students in her grade. Her fierce loyalty to friendship and exceptional understanding of the world around her are rare gifts. From her amazing art skills to her natural ambition and independence, Monique never fails to impress. I've had the privilege to work with Monique since she was a freshman at our school, and I can't stand thinking about what next year will be like without our bright, curious spirit. Monique, you will always hold a special place in my heart and my memories of Set. Please promise that you will continue sending me Google chats of your pet rabbits. In all seriousness, go out into the world and pave your way as only you can. I'm so proud of you and all your achievements. Best of luck in Texas next year, and congratulations, Monique. Even though she just joined our school last year, Giovanna's presence on our campus is undeniable. In just over a year, she became prom queen, the face of Set's billboard, earned well over 100 community service hours, and most importantly, grew to become an amazing young woman. She is a leader, she is ambitious, and she is resourceful. Giovanna is a young lady who constantly shows gratitude where it's deserved and holds a fierce loyalty to her friends and family. She will go far in life because she holds high expectations for herself and her efforts reward her. Giovanna, promise to never back down from your standards and never give up on your dreams. Best of luck, Giovanna, y muchas felicidades. If you have not yet gotten to know this student, you are truly missing out. Delaney McPhee is a confident, empowering, and dynamic human being. Her kindness and her style are consistently 10 out of 10. Her judgment is sound and her compassion is loud. Delaney is the kind of person that will be written about in stories and history books because her bravery and charm are simply unmatched. Delaney, promise me that you will show the people you trust who you are. The world needs all the Delaney it can get. You have already proven resilient, and if you continue to put yourself out there, you will shake the earth. I am so grateful to have gotten to know your story and to work with you these past 2 years. 1,000 congratulations, Delaney. Next, I would like to present my colleague, Mr. Ash, to the stage.
Hello, everyone. Today, I have the honor to graduate Javier Sherman and Isabella Thiel. Javier, it truly is an honor to graduate with you. As I've seen you grow in the last 2 years, you took physics during the worst of COVID. You asked questions while other students may have pretended to be paying attention. You shared stories relating your life to physics. Chemistry is tough, but you kept moving forward. Never give up on yourself. I see passion in you, which will take you far in life. Take some time to think about what you do next, but don't be afraid to try something new every once in a while. You might choose to be an electrician and go on to be an electrical engineer. Stay positive and always believe in yourself. Bella, made it! Physics and chemistry were tough, but you always found a way to push yourself through the challenges. Bella took physics and chemistry during the worst of COVID. I can only imagine trying to learn physics and chemistry online made things 10 to 100 times more challenging. I'll miss seeing your colorful notes in class, all the highlighting marks. COVID eased up a little, allowing students to return to class while you're taking chemistry, and I enjoyed seeing you. The entrepreneurial mindset is strong with Bella. She hopes to teach horsemanship and riding skills. Later, Bella hopes to take open charity and taking in rescued horses. Bella, best of luck to you. I wish you the best. Take you to the
So I would like to call Gia, Israel, Mason, and Cambria up to the stage. Israel, Mason, and Cameron. So I'd like to just start. What an honor it has been to teach you, to serve you, and to learn from the four of you. Here are four precious young adults ready to take on the joys and challenges of the world. I will now share what I've witnessed from these individuals, as I have spent a considerable amount of time working with them. Yeah, I cannot get over the time I first saw you in person. I was so excited to actually be able to reach out and give you a hug. This says a lot about who you are as a person, because I had only known you through a computer screen. But you had left such an impression on me that when I heard you were on campus, I got overwhelmed with joy. I'm not sure if Miss Lennon or the other staff members who normally congregate in your classroom remember this, but I was happy to finally actually meet you. You see, everyone, Kia has such powerful charisma and energy that it cannot be contained by a small monitor screen. It cannot be contained by a pandemic. She's too powerful for that. And now, here we are, able to gather for this momentous occasion. Kia, we are so proud of you and who you have become. I expect you to keep in touch with us, keep us updated, because I can safely speak on behalf of my colleagues that we are fully invested in seeing what your future holds. Kia Lindsay, everyone. Israel Bentley. This kid cracks me up. Israel, You have a hard head. However, that hard head is synonymous with resilience. Israel can take a beating, but he shakes it off and he keeps going. He's tenacious. Now I want to say, and I got to keep it real with y'all, when Israel asked me to give his speech, I initially said no. I said no because Israel had been a little rude to my friend and coworker, Miss Lennon. And I told him exactly why I wouldn't give a speech. Now I bring this up not because of what he did or to shame him or nothing crazy like that, but of the character he displayed afterwards. Israel not only apologized to Miss Lennon, but he apologized to Miss Lennon in front of everyone at his ROK. That took guts. When I heard about this, I wondered if Israel would ask me again. Well, remember how I said Israel's resilient? Sure enough, I told Israel I was so proud of him for doing the right thing, and that I'd be honored to give his graduation speech. Israel, keep being resilient, keep being tenacious, because these are the ingredients necessary to being successful in life. And when you mess up, own your mess up just like you did. It shows humility, and I think we need more of that in this world. I'm so proud of you, Mijo. Go get it. What's up, Mason? I'm all right. How you doing?
Good, I'm doing well.
Good, man. Good to see you. Mason, you are one of the most sincere and down-to-earth students I know. What I like most about you is your realist attitude that you carry. You look at what's in front of you and you don't make excuses. You accept things as they are and you say, okay, what now? I remember when I was teaching world religions, the conversations we would have about your work, relationships, and the goals you were setting for yourself. I would think to myself, dang, this kid is so bright and put together. I certainly don't remember being this mature at his age. Mason, because of your sincerity, the world will open up to you much sooner than to others. Do not squander those gifts. Continue trusting your wisdom. Make the most of what life has to offer and continue being your true self. Congratulations, Mason. You did it.
Steal her diploma.
Hey, Cambria. Cambria, when you came and asked me if I would give your graduation speech, I teared up. I teared up because you were asking me. You see, you don't understand how highly I and we think of you. Though you came to us your sophomore year, you are a student who has led by example here at Set High. A person of high integrity and work ethic, a role model for everyone else. Cambria and I had lunch a few weeks ago to connect more before this event. Aside from the intelligent, hard-working young woman you are also one of the kindest people I know. You always wear a smile, and you're always responsive when someone approaches you. Cambria, remember this. You might be the kind and sweet individual that you are, but do not be afraid to put that aside to tell someone how it really is. Your Cambria Beverly was good. Next, I would like to call Miss Yogi to the stage.
Good evening, everybody. I would like to welcome Samantha and Ishaq to the stage, Samantha, it is a true privilege to be here with you at your high school graduation. As proud as I am of you for persevering through pandemic conditions and acquiring a high school diploma, I want you and our audience to know that this piece of paper only paints a partial picture of who Sammy is. The Sammy I know is an empathetic and warm-hearted young woman who sincerely cares about the well-being of her loved ones. She challenges the societal norms and stigmas that constitute our reality and strives to be a person who brings light, happiness, and a smile to others. Her defining traits go beyond the scope of ink and paper, and it has been an honor to be a part of her senior year at SET. Sammy, your grades may reflect your academic achievements, but they cannot capture the full extent of your inner struggles, victories, and strength. Thank you for being such a wonderful student, and to anyone, including yourself, who doubts your ability to succeed, I say to them, sit back and watch a Filipina queen do her magic. For many children of first-generation immigrants, the pursuit of self-happiness and fulfillment is often overshadowed by the heavy weight of their parents' expectations and unlived dreams. It can feel selfish to pursue your interests when you are reminded of the struggles and sacrifices your elders made so you could be here in America. This is why I am so immensely proud of you, Ishaq. We may be here to celebrate your graduation from SET, but I would like to personally congratulate you for having the courage and tenacity needed to break the cycle of transgenerational trauma and chase after your dreams and passions. I have seen how you embody SET's core values in and out of the classroom, and I truly believe you have the capability to not only transform your life, but also the lives of those around you. Ishaq, it has been an honor to be a part of your journey at SET. Whether you are in London, San Diego, or some other city, I will always be cheering for your lifelong happiness and success. Thank you. I would now like to welcome my colleague, Mr. Walsall, to the stage.
I would like to call Jordan Ashton up to the stage. Jordan, I am very sorry that I only got to know you for 1 year and in one class. But I am proud, and I hope you are proud of what you accomplished throughout that time. But not only will your achievements be forever etched into the classroom, but so will your humorous insights and asides about government-based mummy lords and Smurf removal from the lab that kept us all going through a tough class. I know that as you move on to the next stage of your life, your curiosity, your wit, and your intelligence will serve you well in whatever you set your mind to do next. Congratulations. I'm also going to do one more speech for another student who is graduating today but could not make it, Ariane Castillo. Ariane, it's hard to believe that it's been 4 years since that first Earth Science class. I still remember one of the first things you said was when you joked that you wanted to be called by your brother's name. But you truly came into your own and forged your own path these past years, leaving a large mark upon the school. I know that as you go forward in life, you will leave a large mark on the world, and that your compassion, creativity, and your perseverance will serve you well. Congratulations. And now I'd like to welcome Ms. Carlos.
I would like to invite Lila to the stage. Lila, it's been an incredible experience watching you grow into a beautiful, strong, and amazing young lady. It doesn't seem like it's time for you to graduate. Not long ago, you were just a freshman wondering, why does Miss Flores always call on me? I guess you'll never know. But look at you now. Now you're graduating and moving far, far away to your dream school. DePaul has gained an incredible student, one who many of us will miss, that I will miss. I'll miss the pink, blue, and now purplish hair. My twin on Twin Day for Spirit Week. And the, oh my God, Miss Farias, guess what moments. Lila, never forget that you matter. Your feelings matter, your voice matters, your story matters. I will always be here for you. I wish you happiness and success in this new chapter of your life. P.S. Portland is better than Chicago. I'm just kidding. Love, Miss Farias. I would like to invite Mr. Patara to the stage.
I'd like to call Ethan, Mike, and Ukasha up here. Ethan, over the past few years, I've watched you grow into the man that you are today. You're kind, motivated, and willing to do whatever it takes to be successful. So humble that most of you probably don't know that he is an incredible gymnast. I've seen him do some crazy flips that you couldn't even believe. My advice to you, Ethan, is to let your soul shine, and the path to success will present itself. Continue to be humble, but allow the world to see how amazing of a human being you are. Best of luck in the future. Congrats, Ethan. Mike, I'm pretty sure if we looked in the dictionary for the word charismatic, we'd see a picture of you. It is challenging for many people to stand up and lead a room, but for Mike, it seems like second nature. If you were at his ROK, you know what I mean. He completely controlled the room. I had such a wonderful time teaching Mike pre-calculus and the basics of music production this year, and it was so cool to see him move on and get his own DJ gear. You're going to be triumphant whatever it is that you end up doing. Keep at it, and congratulations, Mike.
Mikkel.
Ukasha, it has been a pleasure to have you in my class this year. Though this was your first year at SET, I feel like I learned a lot about you and really got to know you. You're very clever, and your wit will propel you to whatever goals you set to achieve. I'm looking forward to hearing my voice in one of your video games one day. Be proud of your accomplishments, continue to push yourself, and success will come easily. Calculus class will not be the same without your quips. Congratulations and good luck. podium to announce his graduates.
All right, I'd like to call up Tim, Dylan, and Robin. All right, these are the last three, everyone. My first memory of Tim was as a sullen ninth grader hiding inside a hoodie. What's so unique about Tim is that he listens so attentively to others and takes what they say to heart. I had a conversation with him about how he was closing himself off from the world by wearing that hoodie, and that he would be surprised with how the world treated him differently once he opened himself up to it. Unlike so many other students, Tim listened and immediately discarded the hoodie. The contrast to today is astounding. Tim shows up most days at school wearing a full suit and occasionally a tux. There's a photo of him standing in the ocean during senior camping trip wearing a tux. Not the wisest choice for someone without a change of clothes. Still owe me a shirt, by the way. Tim is now one of the most gregarious students on campus. Everyone knows him, even my own kids know him. He is kind, interested, funny, intelligent, and most importantly, still keenly receptive to feedback. Tim, you are one of the most interesting people I know. I've loved our after-school chats and ping pong matches. I'm going to miss you dearly, but I have a feeling that we will not be seeing the last of you. This is not a goodbye. Instead, it's a see you soon as an adult. Congratulations, Tim. Up next, we have Dylan Wyatt. I've been saying for years that Dylan will be one of the students that I'll be most proud to graduate. And here he is today, graduating. Despite our battles in his first year at SET, there was always something special about Dylan that we knew was just below the surface, ready to emerge. He may not have been making the best choices, but his heart was in the right place. I'm sure his mom will attest to that cute, impish smile that could move mountains. It's rare that we see a student make such a dramatic turnaround, and he's not only doing it academically. He also volunteered daily to clean up the school after lunch, rushing to pick up trash inside and out before running to his chemistry class. He keeps the younger students in line standing firm when their antics cross the line. I knew that we could get Dylan to graduate if we could just get him to focus on his academics. I was delighted to see that he also became such a positive leader and role model in our school. Dylan, I'm so proud of the man that you have become. I look so forward to seeing what you do next. Congratulations, Dylan. Now we have Robin. So I think I'd be remiss to say that we're missing a staff member here today, so Miss Geis. She's been ill, as many of you guys know, and wasn't able to make it to our graduation today, and I'm sure it kills her. So Robin was supposed to be one of Miss Geis's graduates. I was second choice. But I'm so grateful to be selected as her backup. Robin is one of the gems that came to us in his senior year, loaned to us from his high school in Germany. He really has only been with us for about 6 months because of COVID travel restrictions, but it feels like he's always been a part of SET. His time with us was that impactful. He's the nicest person you'll ever meet. He's a stellar student, and I hear that he's a crazy good volleyball player too, although I never got to see him play because of some tricking thing that he's into. Yeah, tricking. I didn't know what it was either, but I just Googled it, and last night, pretty sick. Anyway, Robin is really good at it. Of course he is, because he's good at everything. Robin, you've been such a delight to have on campus, even though the time was short. I've enjoyed our talks, and I've been so impressed with how easily you fit into our school culture. I really look forward to seeing what direction you take in life. Keep being you, and you will surely do great things. Congratulations, Robin. nervous about the light. Come on. All right, graduates, it's now time for the ceremonial turning of the tassel. Arwen and Adora, can you lead the students in the turning of the tassel? I present to you the graduates of Set High.